Alright.
So,
Right where we left off.
dang, we got killed off that. My phone was like, nah, did not want it. So we're back on that cut kick again. No, I'm sorry. Step, shuffle side. This is Bruce Lee, one of Bruce Lee's favorite ones. This is one of my favorite ones. So getting in that sideways karate stance. Boom. Okay, what's nice about that step behind is even if you didn't chamber, you see it didn't chamber as much, you're still building momentum very quickly in a short amount of space with the act of just stepping back, or stepping behind you, I should say. Now you can step behind you, or you can do what I call a foot replacement. Right? Foot replacement just replaces that foot as you're stepping up your front foot with that rear foot. So you're replacing that front foot with that rear foot as you step up. Or you can go swing past that as you're coming through. Now the way Bruce Lee used to do this is he would actually throw in a feint, hand up, fingers out towards the eyes like a finger jab. That was another one of his favorite moves, right? And he would do that to open up somebody, get their hands up so he can throw that side kick right inside. So that shuffle side or step behind side, whichever one you want to do. Again, you can do either one. Replace that front foot or step behind. Both of them still work. And again, like I said, you can add in that little finger jab out there. Hands up, flicks out, gets them to open up their guard, and you lay right in there before they even realize. They think they're coming in blocking a finger jab or a back knuckle or a jab to the face. And it's a great way to open up. And again, this is Bruce Lee's, one of Bruce Lee's favorite kicks. Also one of mine. Generate, again, a lot of power in a short amount of space and time. So you see how he came up with that? Imagine just throwing that hand up, just boop. And you'll get a good feint with that. Try with the feint. Feint. Boom. Yep. Feint as you're shuffling up. Feint. Boom. Yeah, you feint with the hand. There you go. See that? How it brings it up? It's very, very fast. Boom, boom. See that? So again, this is why Bruce Lee loved this one. It opens up that by putting out that. And if you happen to hit them with that finger jab, then so be it. They didn't get their hands up, so you get a 2-for-1. And the momentum for this, again, very short space, very short amount of time, just by stepping in. Boom, see that? So stepping behind you already needs, it requires you to lift your leg and lift that chamber up just to get your leg clear. Step behind clears the path. So if you think of your legs and your feet like train tracks, right? Right? And you don't want to cross them too much on this. It's almost like you're running on two lines. One and then two. So that can be mitigated again with the shuffle and the foot replacement technique. You just replace your front foot with your rear foot and still works. Still works the same way. So it's like it's on a single track instead. But I particularly like the step behind because it also lines your hips up, ready to fire out that side kick in a proper manner. Same thing. Now I say it's executed almost the same way with the roundhouse and the hook, where it's one shoulder forward, one hip forward. But it's almost not true because you'll actually be rolling the hip down to extend out.
Okay, last one. It's gonna be. We already did this one, right?
Yep. They're back kick.
Okay.
Back kick.
So from side. We're gonna hear.
Turning down. See how his foot turned down for that?
We'll do this right here. Back.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I want you to.
So that stance that he like switched his weight to something we call a runner stance. runner stance or a reverse bow. If I guess it's a reverse soft bow because you can see his legs are bent, or his knees are bent.
Wrestler stance, you might have a hard time with wrestler stance. All right, step back and then, you know, but yeah, start close to the target, like so. Okay.
It's a good retreating type move. Boom. Creates that distance for you if you feel like you're in danger. And again, for this, a lot of people turn this. A lot of people do this and turn it to a side kick. It's not necessarily a side kick. Side kick is usually you're leading with the knife edge part of your foot, or your foot is sideways. Hips can be up for that side kick. But you see how he's turned away with that? He's turned away, his hips are almost facing down. So it's still almost 2 hips forward, 2 shoulders forward. Just rear, right? Going backwards in the other way. See that? Look at that. Yeah. So 2 shoulders, 2 hips facing that same direction, and you're using your peripheral to hit that target dead center. And that's what makes this kick very hard to execute on target, and takes some practice with it. Because a lot of times you're doing it not necessarily blind, but you're turning that shoulder down and out, and you're turning your hips down, and it's hard to actually get, like I said, your primary focus of how the eyes work, right? There's primary focus and peripheral focus. Primary is essentially you're looking right at it. You're focusing on something. That's how we normally look at things. And then your peripheral is anything outside where you're looking at more than one that's not necessarily on your whatever you're directly looking at. So being able to work on both for this are skills that we do with a lot of the movement stuff. Okay. So you can see how she's trying to look back for that. She's using her peripheral because she's got her shoulder down and her hip down to make sure she's got that kick right. And again, it's a small difference between a back kick and a side kick. And a lot of people, like I said, they'll turn that back kick into a side kick. And you see Colby coming in, and he turns all the way, and he's actually whipping all the way around.
So the chamber doesn't have to be like this all the way here, right? What you can do is just bring the heel in tight, really tight.
Yep.
And then fine. Okay? You don't have to do this thing where you swing the knee all the way up here and then do that, right?
Clear the track.
Bring the heel straight up. Heel comes straight up, and then fire from there.
Yep.
Okay? Or if you want, you can slope it up, you know? But you have to, you still have to have a tight chamber for that, right?
Yep.
You gotta be able to bend the knee enough.
Clear the track for your foot. See if I can get a good angle.
Inside. Whoa. You guys are gonna take out people's knees.
Nice. Yep. So you see how his heel is up. That is a proper back kick for that. It's not sideways. Foot isn't sideways. It's actually heel up, toes down. Toes are pulled backwards so we can hit with that heel and push out and get that space. Make that space. Oh. And again, so whenever you're working these, the transitions between that chamber and that kick.
All of them? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm running through like, okay.
Alright, just give me a turn side kick now.
Ooh.
Switch camera.
Huh? What's up?
You mind holding for it? Yeah. You want to do turn side kick?
Turn side, like all the way through?
Yeah. Alright, get in line. You rest your knees up. Get some good shots. Alright, turn back kick. Yeah. Turn back. 180 side kick, 180 back kick. 2. Good.
okay, brother. You can lurk. It's cool.
Pretty good one.
Oh, look at this stranger.
Who are these athletes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you been, man?
Sorry.
Yeah? Listen.
We're Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah, my take on
Oh, come on.
Woo. Oh man, I did that the other week. Yeah. Trying to get that up, right? You're trying to get up. You're like, woohoo! Still hit the target.
Connected to the ground.
There you go. Other side. Other side. Nice. There you go. Woo! The whipping motion for that wheel kick. Oh man, I love it, man.
Okay, we're done. Alright, so yeah, we covered all
That's
6
what-
angles of kicks. Covered all 6 angles of kicks. We finished off with the centers. We did the inners and the outers. If you're ever on our social media, you can see what these diagrams and pictures look like. But yeah, so we cover all the angles with kicks. And then we started doing the spins, right? 'Cause you can spin at all these weird angles too, right? So on Thursday, we're gonna do something more or less the same thing, but with our punches. You know, we have center versions of punches, and then
that's right.
and then inners and outer versions. You know, like for the hook punch, outer version is the back knuckle. You know, or you know, the knock is just like the uppercut. You know, there's same way like the kicks. And we'll cover that on Thursday.
Cool.
Anything we should add?
Nope, I think that's it. Hopefully you guys learned something. Remember, these are all exercises that we're doing, so it's not something you just take to the streets thinking like you can fight or anything. It's just movement, right? We're trying to cover the angles so you guys get all the angles for it. Because that's all it's about. If you do any sort of working out or weightlifting, same thing. It's all about the angle, correct technique. So that's what we're trying to give you here, right? Yep, I think
Even in the air too, right? The tricks, you have all the angles of tricks, so it's the same exact thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll see you guys for arms on Thursday. Oh, also, so yeah, like spring, summer 2022, we're gonna be releasing a lot more content and then updates on the class. We're gonna keep on doing this Tuesday, Thursday Twitch thing so we could get the live feeds, and then we'll be putting like edits, samplers, and tutorials up on the social media platforms, and then eventually we'll have our own website as well. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for all that stuff. We'll roll out update posts so that everybody knows what's up.
Yep.
Cool. See everybody
All
on
right, guys.
Thursday.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.